What if hip-hop never truly buried its biggest legends? What if some of the most shocking rap deaths in history were never deaths at all, but carefully staged exits, industry silencing, or escapes from a game that chews artists up and spits them out? Because from the very beginning, the culture has been haunted by rumors of rappers being seen alive long after they were pronounced dead, with the undisputed king of rap conspiracy theories, Tupac Shakur, who was shot in a drive-by on the Las Vegas Strip in September 1996 and officially declared dead 6 days later. Yet nothing about his passing has ever felt final. From Pac adopting the name Makaveli inspired by Niccolo Machiavelli, who wrote about leaders faking their own deaths as power moves, to his posthumous album, The Don Illuminati, filled with resurrection themes, coded messages, and references to returning from the grave, while alleged sightings of Pac have been reported for decades in places like Cuba, where his aunt Assata Shakur lived under political protection, as well as South Africa, New Mexico, Malaysia, and even Europe, with Suge Knight himself repeatedly hinting in interviews that Tupac might still be alive. And when the man sitting beside him during the shooting speaks like that, the questions only multiply. And just months later, the notorious B.I.G, Tupac's East Coast rival, was murdered in an almost identical drive-by in Los Angeles, with both cases remaining unsolved for decades, leading many to believe the East Coast-West Coast beef was exaggerated or staged, and that both legends disappeared together to escape the violence, while others point toward LAPD corruption and federal involvement, especially when Biggie's album Life After Death dropped days later with eerily prophetic titles like You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You, making fans wonder if Big was warning the world of a planned disappearance. And before those deaths even faded, Eazy-E's sudden decline in 1995 shocked the culture when he went from looking healthy to dying from AIDS-related complications in a matter of weeks, a timeline so fast it raised suspicions, especially after Suge Knight joked publicly about injecting people with AIDS, reigniting theories that Eazy was silenced before he could regain full control of his legacy. Then in New Orleans, the streets whispered about betrayal when Soulja Slim was murdered outside his mother's house amid label disputes, street beefs, and industry politics, his lyrics sounding like predictions, while Mac Dre's mysterious killing on a Kansas City highway in 2004 confused fans because of the random location, with later documents suggesting money disputes instead of gang warfare, leading some to believe Dre was taken out by people close to him or faked his death entirely. Big L's murder in Harlem only days before announcing a Rockefeller deal fueled decades of speculation about industry fear, mistaken identity, or retaliation connected to his brother. Nipsey Hussle's 2019 assassination outside his own marathon store felt less like the loss of a rapper and more like the silencing of a community leader, with theories connecting his death to his work on a Dr. Sebi documentary or suggesting he staged his disappearance to escape growing threats, his family firmly denying conspiracies. DMX's passing in 2021 added confusion when premature death reports went viral before he was officially gone, feeding beliefs that the outspoken rapper was either silenced for exposing industry secrets or chose to exit on his own terms. Dirty Bastard's death from an overdose became darker when FBI surveillance files later confirmed he had been monitored for years, validating his claims that the government was watching him, while Pimp C's hotel room death raised alarms due to unexplained details, family accusations, and his reputation for exposing industry hypocrisy. Proof's death in Detroit left lasting questions after claims that evidence was planted and no gun residue was found on his hands, changing the narrative from self-defense to possible setup. MF Doe's death announcement, being delayed for over 2 months, felt like a final performance from a master of illusion, whose entire career was built on mystery. XXXTentacion's killing sparked non-stop debate over whether it was a robbery, an industry hit, or a staged disappearance fueled by alleged inconsistencies and look-alike sightings. Juice WRLD's tragic collapse reignited conspiracy theories, because of his constant lyrical references to dying young and an old tweet openly stating his desire to fake his death after fame. Pop Smoke's home invasion raised red flags, when nothing of value was taken and his address was leaked from within his own circle. King Von's fatal shooting and later dropped charges led to talk of betrayal, setups, and unfinished investigations. Young Dolph's daylight execution in Memphis and split court outcomes convinced many that the real masterminds were never touched. Takeoff's death during a dice game opened the door to symbolism theories, unanswered forensic questions, and debate over whether he was targeted or caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Mac Miller's overdose ruling failed to quiet fans even after drug dealers were convicted, with many believing his music hinted at a planned departure. And most recently, Giulio Fulio's 2024 killing ignited fresh speculation due to post-death social media activity, cryptic messages, and an album titled Resurrection, leaving fans questioning whether these rappers truly died or simply disappeared. Because in hip-hop the line between reality, illusion, prophecy, and performance has always been thin, and the real mystery isn't whether these legends are alive, but why generation after generation refuses to believe they're really gone.